So, hello everyone. Or I should say, 안녕하세요. So, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm very excited to be back in Seoul. And it's so nice to see such a full audience. So, as Jay mentioned, I'm Saisangeeth, and I am an advisory strategist at a company called Saisangeeth. We are an innovation research and advisory firm based in London, and we work with a lot of global companies around the world. And here in Korea, we work with companies like Samsung and LG and MCM to inform them on future trends. So today, I'm actually here to talk to you about how retailers are using tech in smart ways to elevate the consumer shopping experience, both physically and digitally. But we're also going to talk about, going to look at how they're using technology to inform some of their own behind-the-scenes processes so they can work smart. So we will see tech in 6 areas today. We're going to look at using interactive and responsive tech, creating omni-smart spaces, driving retail through data and conversation, new experiences through navigation, upgrades to fitting room, and also creating seamless service through payments and loyalty. So first, let's take a look to see how retailers are embedding tech in their stores to interact with consumers and to respond to their needs. So I wanted to start by looking at the opportunity to interact with consumers even before entering a store, because brands are increasingly trying to monetize on people who are window shopping or perhaps spending some time waiting outside of a store by their store window. So this example is from a Japanese makeup store, Eins and Tulp. They created an innovative store window that communicates with passers-by. So they collaborated with Dentsu and Puzzle Inc. to create this window which features makeup looks that are currently popular in Japan. So shoppers can interact with all of these looks, and they can choose which one they like. If they like one, they can get a printout that will show them how to create this makeup look, and they will get a list of products that they will need to buy inside the store in order to create this look. And of course, they will also get coupons for makeup discounts. So there will definitely be some sort of sale. And the service is also offered in different languages. So it's great for tourists as well. Now, looking inside the store space. So it's near impossible not to talk about US fashion label Rebecca Minkoff when we talk about smart retail. So her New York store remains a benchmark for seamless connectivity thanks to a combination of things like product tracking RFID tags, connected mirrors, sales staff armed with technology, and network data interlinking physical stores and consumers' online profiles. So Rebecca Minkoff is using all of that data to create a better experience for their customers, but also to inform some of their decisions behind the scenes, like for design or product development. So as you can see here, mirrors are a key existing place to instill interactive tech for entertaining consumers and also for generating data. So at Minkoff's store, consumers can actually watch live runway shows, and they can look up any kind of product details, and they can even order drinks straight from this smart mirror. Now, in reality, incorporating tech into retail is not as easy as it looks. it's almost like an art form because the aim is to be responsive and intuitive, but it needs to be done in a very subtle way. So Jonathan Chippendale, who is the CEO of UK creative agency Holition, says that integrating technology in a subtle, more elegant way is crucial to ensure that the technology is an enabler and not a barrier. This is a really big key point. An Australian shoe brand, Uggs, is a perfect example of this sort of a invisible tech. So the brand has in-store screens that tracks the movements of shoppers in its booth over something they like to call a magic carpet. So what kind of magic does it provide? So when shoppers walk up and down in one of their booths, that 65-inch HD display magically changes to show details of the footwear, like price, availability, and even styling notes. So they all automatically, just magically appear on the screen. So the rise in this type of invisible tech has really become a non-negotiable part of the retail landscape. And it really allows brands to deliver key content without demanding any sort of complicated and often alienating consumer interaction. So for all the brands out here today, really think about all the areas of your stores that you can embed tech into. And it could be in the most simplest of places, like through in-store displays and through signage. So Sephora created its first AR experience for their customers via their app. So shoppers can now engage with custom brand content by hovering over specific brand signs with faces of their founders on them. So when they scan an image with augmented reality tech, this will bring any sort of content options like interviews, animated GIFs, and even YouTube playlists. So this is all within Sephora's unique app. So the world of smart retail gets particularly exciting when we see how they link the experience across channels and target consumers with multiple touch points. Because in 2015, PwC revealed that 86% of global consumers currently shop across at least 2 channels, while 25% are using 4 or even 5 channels to shop. And that number has nowhere to go but up. So I wanted to start this Omni Smart Spaces section with an example from Sephora's new breed of ultra-connected beauty boutiques. They call it Sephora Flash. The first one debuted in Paris's Rue de Rivoli in October 2015, and it's positioned itself to penetrate high-density urban areas. So the actual store is only 1/3 the size of a traditional Sephora store. But within those 140 square meters, the beauty retailer has stocked the store with very digital-heavy elements like digital shelves, interactive screens, and tablets to let shoppers get information at the tip of their fingers. So upon entering the store, this tiny robot distributes a small hotel-style key card embedded with NFC. So the image of the key card can be seen in the bottom left. So shoppers can use this card to tap on both physical products and also any sort of images throughout the store to get more information about a product or to directly purchase the product. So once they purchase it, all the items are put into a virtual shopping basket. And during checkout, shoppers can choose to carry their products with them, or they can have them delivered straight to their home. So Sephora is really trying to usher in the 3.0 boutique concept with all around digital point of sale. So here is a look at what the Sephora Flash Store looks like.
Je trouve que le concept de retail qu'ils ont trouvé est vraiment intéressant et très innovant. J'ai trouvé qu'il y avait un vrai souci de l'expérience utilisateur et que tout était très simple.
C'est vraiment intuitif, rapide, facile, et j'ai surtout retrouvé toutes mes références du premier coup.
Le côté moderne de la chose m'intrigue énormément. Donc, je suis curieux de voir où ça ira dans le futur.
So, the shoppers interviewed in the video say that with this store, the concept is very interesting for them, but it's a very fast, convenient, and efficient experience also. So this is still one of my favorite examples to date. This is Nike City Zoom sneaker station in New York, and it was a pop-up promoting Nike's new reservation app, which lets you track upcoming limited edition product releases. Now, I know that there are many, many sneaker fans in Korea, so this is really perfect for you. The exterior was basically a giant Nike shoebox, as you can see, wrapped in LED screens that advertised the app and a limited selection of sneakers that you could buy inside the pop-up shop. And the selections changed every hour, while a sneaker countdown clock marked the time to the anticipated launch dates. And the products were only accessible via online RSVP. So Nike was cleverly pushing traffic back to their online store. And any consumers lucky enough to get in only had 1 hour to browse the products inside the store. So there's also that limited time and fear of missing out mentality that helped to drive their sales. But more importantly, by using this app, Nike was able to track which products were popular and which ones were selling out faster. Now, younger consumers especially are shopping more fluidly across channels. So a company called Avant, used here by nail polish brand Essie, devised an in-store grab-and-go kiosk that allow customers to browse products on screen and then export those items to virtual shopping baskets on smartphones or tablets using simple hand gesture technology. So this is allowing consumers to browse in-store, but then also letting them make purchasing decisions later in private. And consumers also love to be involved in brand content and stories. So H&M in New York's Times Square tapped into this desire with their own catwalk concept. So the store created an in-store catwalk linked to its LED facade outside, as you can see on the top left, and also linked to their e-commerce site. So when shoppers did their little catwalk run, like this lovely lady is doing here, they received an email with the exact time it would show up on the big screen right in the middle of Times Square in New York City. And anyone who couldn't watch them live could actually access it later via runway.hm.com. So for me, this concept is really brilliant because of the way it's targeting that younger generation of shoppers who see their social status and self-promotion as important as traditional rewards from retailers. And like H&M, Samsung's new hyperactive flagship in New York is rooted in both the entertainment and promoting consumers. So when you enter the store, you have to go through the VR tunnel, which you can see on the left. And it requires you to enter your Instagram name, and that triggers the entire corridor surrounding to show your images from Instagram and your hashtags. And while you are going through the VR tunnel, your photo descriptions will even be read out through the speakers. And the entire store also has a selfie booth from which images are broadcast into that really large in-store screen. Now, retailers are also using data and conversation to create more intimate experiences and experiences of higher value when engaging with their customers. But they're also using this data to inform their behind-the-scene processes and to help them work smarter. And in my opinion, this is really the area where we will see a lot of innovation in the next few years. So I'd like to start with a video from USA Today. And here you will see beauty retailer Sephora's new innovation lab. And in this lab, the brand created a simulation of a real store which lets their employees try out new technologies before they introduce it to the real stores. So let's take a look.
I've been to a lot of startups here in San Francisco over the years, places where fresh-faced wonder kids have come up with such .com dreams as Twitter, Zynga, and Airbnb. But the latest high-tech lab launching here comes from a surprising source, the world of cosmetics, and aims to give an already $60 billion a year industry a huge high-tech makeover.
This is Sephora's Innovation Lab.
This is like my dream come true. It's a whole Sephora store, but it's just pretend.
Yes, it
But
is
all
a
the products
secret
are real.
stealth store, and we've let you in behind the curtain.
Inside this unmarked warehouse in San Francisco's Dogpatch district, Sephora has created an exact replica of their chain cosmetic stores. Everything is here except shoppers.
Figure out which your face shape is, but you can just hit start.
Lab VP Bridget Dolan says this living laboratory of sorts will be a place to create and test out a new blend of makeup technology, like this just launched Pocket Contour app.
It shows you on your very own face where you're going to highlight.
Also coming soon, augmented reality, videos that play on a Sephora app on your smartphone as you walk through the store.
It will give you the opportunity to watch the brand's video, shop from her products.
Video is huge in the beauty industry. I mean, YouTuber Michelle Phan's makeup tutorials have racked up more than 1 billion views, 7 million followers, and helped create her own $85 million e-commerce company. Sephora knows if they want to sell makeup to millennials, well, this is just the first step.
They like to see it live. They like to be told, and they like to experience it. And video for them is very much a trusted source.
Will this help sell more makeup overall?
It will not only help sell more makeup, it'll help sell the right makeup.
So now the reason why I chose Sephora, and you will see them a few times in today's presentation, is, well, I like beauty a lot, and that's secretly why I like to come to Korea so much. But Sephora, actually, they consider themselves a company that is known for valuing any sort of data they receive. And they use that information to inform their decisions from products and trends to merchandising and marketing. So one of the things they addressed in the videos is the use of videos to engage with their consumers. So video is a key type of digital content and tech that should be embedded when you engage with younger consumers. And Sephora, they use data to learn more about their consumers. They use a company called 4C, which offers surveys to clients after they finish shopping online. And they use this data to learn more about their clients, and they use this data to categorize their clients into different groups so they can learn the needs of each group. The retailer also uses data from these surveys to pinpoint product problems and to determine which products they should promote. Sephora also uses Rombi, a mobile data visualization solution designed to provide real-time insights for key business metrics. And Splunk, that's another platform that they use to analyze high volumes of machine-generated data. So it's not just about getting this data, it's about how you use it and what you do with it. So using data like Sephora is not only there to create a better experience for consumers, but to help these brands work smarter and make better decisions. Now, some retailers are also using tech to create a real sense of personalization by plugging in consumer data into complex algorithms. So a good example of this is Powder, which is a digitally responsive e-tail magazine that absorbs users' content preferences as well as their profile information to feed them extra relevant recommendations. So users first create a profile which establishes what kind of product suggestions they get sent. And it also establishes the tips they're given, and also the content that shows up in their unique magazine-style feed. So the magazine really engages with the consumer using a multi-touch point approach. Now, this is an example in beauty, but it can easily be used for fashion retailers as well. And there are also concepts that pull from a wealth of hard data sources, but then add a full, living, breathing human layer on top to create a more nuanced proposition for consumers. A great example is menswear e-commerce platform Thread that creates recommendation algorithms by asking users to submit details, including information like their favorite brands, best denim fit, clothes that they already own, and maybe even photos of themselves. And the final suggestion comes from a combination of these analytics plus an in-app discussion with one of its 8 stylists. So again, these insights about consumer preferences helps the brand better understand their target market, what the target market is looking for, so that they can offer better products and so that they can be smarter about how they merchandise these products. So it's a really interesting sweet spot for consumers between getting good service and being able to self-express and explore a brand and its products. Ben Phillips, who is Thread's co-founder, said there's a central lack of trust, particularly with men who generally seek advice when shopping. Data-driven recommendations are key, but we're also taking users on a journey of empowerment via learning. So Ben Phillips was very empathetic in stating that it's the retailer's job to make people feel better and to feel more educated. And the sales revenue of Thread speaks directly to the success of their ways. The company reports that sales have tripled since November 2015. And also using this human layer is this project by Westfield's Lab Division. It's a new virtual reality mirror with the Sanderson Hotel in London. It looks like a regular mirror, but when it's activated by a button, the screen splits into 2. One has a search engine for browsing any sort of products, and this other screen connects live to a stylist who can see the first screen. So they're currently looking to partner with fashion brands, including Gucci and Burberry. And you can also pay directly via the mirror and order pieces for a quick 90-minute turnaround. And then there's this concept from Revolve Clothing. So this online retailer debuted a showroom in Los Angeles that uses data-driven merchandising algorithms based on insights from consumers' purchase histories to help their on-site team of stylists personalize the entire store for individual 3 to 4 hour long VIP appointments. So here, it's plugging into all the personal data, not to mention the stylist being at your beck and call, but ultimately the final browsing happens in a very explorative, autonomous way that feels personalized to that specific customer. And more recently, some retailers have even been using artificial intelligence, AI, to offer a kind of fast-tracked or convenient intimacy. And they've had a very positive outlook. So the North Face launched Expert Personal Shopper, XPS, which is a website tool with a dialogue-based recommendation engine for more intuitive product searches. And on the back of that, it also released a more advanced app featuring a voice search facilitated by IBM's cognitive tech software. So the app asks consumers questions like, when are you going to use this product? And how much rain do you expect while you use the product? Before displaying the most relevant items. And during a month-long trial of 50,000 people, average conversation times were just 2 minutes, but they generated a 60% click-through rate on recommended products. And similarly, based on the convenience of conversation, Sephora is working with teen-focused Canadian messaging platform Kik, which currently has 275 million users. So users are connected to a Sephora chatbot advisor that provides personalized product recommendations and beauty tips. And they can also purchase in-app from the app directly. And the platform Kik really does represent a sizable brand opportunity with these young consumers because 40% of US teens and young adults are using Kik, making it second only to Instagram as a communications app in that age group. So its founder, Ted Livingston, says that chat apps will come to be thought of as the new browser, and bots will be thought of as the new website. Now, navigation, particularly in larger stores, can be a pain point for consumers. So let's take a look at some ways retailers are using tech to create more seamless navigation experiences. Now, when used in conjunction with brand apps, Beacon technology can provide retailers with an excellent platform for product-specific wayfinding. So shoppers search for an item and the Beacon network provides a pathway. So British supermarket Waitrose's app includes a micro-location feature by using BLE that's capable of taking consumers directly to search for items. And other British fashion labels like Jaeger and Oasis are also using Beacon wayfinding to feature maps with a direct route to the products that they are looking for. And LED lights have also been used for navigation. So here we have Target, who uses wireless signals between LED lights and shoppers' cell phones to guide them to relevant products. So the Target app then provides blue dot navigation assistance in the app's store map to help consumers easily find what they're looking for via a floor plan as they shop. So the mass retailer has actually rolled this out to 100 stores in the US. And back in the UK, grocery chain Sainsbury's is offering a new mission-based store layout to satisfy changing consumer shopping habits, primarily to get in and out more quickly and to have more product choices. It's also piloting a new Smart Shop shopping app, which enables customers to scan in their shopping list at home so that when they get to the store, the app will map the locations of all of their chosen items, which they will then also be able to conveniently purchase via the app. And what about managing idle and wait times? So we know that some consumers hate shopping during busy times. So this startup, Density, designed a sensor that tells consumers when their favorite place is not too busy by monitoring the number of people who are going into the stores. So the sensor attaches to the entrance of a destination and uses infrared light to capture foot traffic data, which can then be fed to businesses' unique apps, translating that data to consumers so they know when is the right time to shop. Now let's take a few minutes to look at fitting rooms, as there are a plethora of opportunities to use tech to offer consumers an elevated try-on experience. Now last year, Ralph Lauren unveiled the Oak fitting room at its flagship on Fifth Avenue in New York. And it features an interactive touchable mirror that recognizes products by RFID code. So when a consumer is ready to try on items, the fitting room mirror is at its default resting state, which means that it's playing branded content on loop. But once the consumer walks in, the mirror automatically recognizes what is brought in via RFID chips, and they are welcomed by a user interface and given the choice of different lightings: daylight, sunset, or evening. And everything they've brought in with them is populated on the mirror, complete with information about additional colors, sizes, and recommended items, all at their disposal. And with one tap, they can get help from an associate. So the content from the mirror is offered in 5 different languages. And for the final step, there's a "I'm ready to shop" button, or "I'm ready to check out" button. And once they tap this button, an associate will come over with a mobile point of sale to complete the purchase. But there's also the option of buying later, where consumers can enter their mobile number and instantaneously get a text message with a direct link to purchase all of the items they tried on during the session. So the key here is that it's not about one specific channel, it's about each interaction as a touch point on the path to purchase. So this is a video from DigiDay, which features Healy Cipher, the CEO and founder of Oak Labs, which is the startup that created this unique fitting room. So he introduces the main features of this fitting room.
My name's Healy Cipher. I'm the CEO and founder of Oak Labs. The whole focus of Oak is to bring the best of online thinking into the physical world. Retail is at a state of incredible change. Consumers are outpacing the ability of a lot of retail. So the way it works is you walk into a fitting room, it comes alive, the lighting comes up, and it shows you all the items you brought in using RFID. And from there, you can change the lighting, or you can look at the items you brought in and request other sizes, cuts, and colors. The moment you make that request, it goes out to an associate on the floor. And that sales associate will bring you not only exactly what you've asked for, but they have total insight into everything else in the fitting room. So they can bring you that jacket you asked for, and they can also know that maybe you're going for a summer look, so they can bring you pumps that would look great. What it means is, as a customer, you're in the fitting room, and you have the entire store and that associate at your fingertips without having to leave. So it's all about bringing that expectation of what customers have, how we've been trained by the ease and convenience of online, to the practicality and the tangibility of the physical world. So I could actually tell Ralph Lauren as an example now, here's a jacket that goes in, everyone purchases. Here's a jacket that goes in, and it has a little bit less conversion than another jacket. Buy team, merch team, look at this. Maybe the fit isn't quite on point, but the aesthetic is. We now know the amount of time someone spends in fitting room on average. Certain jackets go in, everyone buys it. Other jackets go in, people don't convert. Languages are the most commonly spoke. Items that are brought in with other items. I mean, imagine a universe where you actually have a rolling, intelligent recommendation engine based on what people are actually bringing into fitting rooms on Geo. We are a very data-driven company. everything we do evolves around ROI. What we've found is on average about 9 out of 10 customers engage with the mirror. We hope the future of retail is a beautiful one, where technology is seamlessly integrated into the authentic material you expect and want in a store.
So as you have just heard, the CEO of Oak Labs explains how the data from this kind of a smart fitting room has helped the buying and merchandising team from Ralph Lauren. They can understand which items the consumers are trying on and buying immediately, and which items the consumers are trying on and leaving behind. So for them, it's really about starting to think about where the issue could be with products. And Oak Labs will also provide daily and weekly reports to the in-house teams so that they can break down the data to understand the consumer's decisions. Now, U.S. department store Neiman Marcus also launched a digital mirror in partnership with Mimomi. The mirror is a giant video screen and camera that enables shoppers to see outfits from 360 degrees and compare clothing options side by side. So the videos are recordable and can be saved to consumer profiles on the store's e-commerce platform, letting the store remember what their customers have already tried on. And the videos can also be shared because seeking opinions from friends and family is crucial to today's shoppers. In fact, a 2014 study by U.S. consumer intelligence firm Kissmetrics found that 66% of millennials consult their friends on social media before making a purchase. And retail has also witnessed the growing importance of multisensory experiences, ones that entice different senses. And in particular, sound and smell especially have grown in importance, and this is equally applicable to the fitting room experience. Now, when sensory branding company Condiment Junkie experimented with adding sound to their AR mirrors, participants of their experiment spent 30% longer interacting with the experience compared to the silent version. And they also said that they would pay more for items when they experienced contextual sound. And it's no surprise that virtual reality plays a big role in fitting rooms as well. So US eyewear retailer Ditto is embracing the efficiency and effectiveness of VR. They let their consumers create a short video of their faces via a webcam that lets them see themselves in any glasses displayed on the site with a 180-degree view. And this process only takes 30 seconds, and the looks can instantly be shared via email or social media. So again, great for those millennial shoppers who seek styling advice from their peers before buying. And similarly, Japanese fashion and lifestyle retailer Urban Research unveiled its body mapping virtual fitting room concept in the Tokyo branch of the Japanese department store Ikebukuro Parco. So shoppers stand in front of a digital touchscreen mirror while a 3D camera scans their entire body. The image is then projected on the screen where shoppers can browse items to try on that will be superimposed on their bodies using simple hand gestures. And there's also a convenient checkout facility that's connected to the mirror, simplifying the buying process for consumers. And this is not a foreign concept in Korea. Yesterday's Chosun Ilbo did a feature on a smart display in Tommy Hilfiger's shop in the Lotte department store in Myeongdong. And we come to our last part. So the smartest stores are also accommodating payments and loyalty systems that acknowledge the value of connecting consumers' physical, digital, and social lives. And when it comes to payment experiences, speed is one of the most important factors. In a survey conducted by Harbor Touch, 44% of respondents polled said they would be willing to purchase goods while waiting in line instead of waiting until they reached the actual checkout counter, so long as it sped up the process. So speed is so important that 4 times as many respondents value it over even security. So thinking about speed, Italian fashion brands Miss 60 and Energy partnered with UK-based mobile payments company Power Technologies to allow consumers to check out anywhere and instantaneously via mobile payments. Consumers just have to scan product labels, as you can see from the bottom right. And online, PowerTag app users can also purchase instantaneously via a Buy Now button on the brand's e-commerce sites and e-newsletters. And staying on the notion of speed, pay-at-screen technology is something that we started to see emerge from CES this year. And here you can see connected screen company Think & Go's world's first multi-payment connected screens. And instead of just having digital signage, the company uses NFC and BLE technology to transform these multi-merchant POS terminals. So it's really opening up new sales and distribution channels on the streets and in the train stations and airports and shopping malls and so on. And consumers will be able to buy or reserve a product directly on the screen with a simple gesture in less than 1 second using NFC functionality on their mobile phone or contactless bank cards. But loyalty is also important for retailers to consider. So British department store Liberty uses beacon-enabled app Tapestry to bring social media in-store, and in this case, it's via Instagram. When consumers enter the store, they are prompted about brands matching those that they follow on Instagram via a beacon that's aware of their exact location. The app then reveals exclusive products and exclusive offers and personalized discounts with vouchers stored as digital barcodes. And payments and loyalty are highly related, and it will be the retailers who link payments with loyalty that benefit the most. So Thomas Husson, who is an analyst at Forrester Research, argues that consumers are not specifically demanding new mobile payment offerings. He explains that having access to loyalty program points and rewards within a mobile wallet is the #1 feature that consumers are interested in. His comments are supported by a 2014 report from Equation Research highlighting that 85% of consumers see a benefit in using the non-payment side of mobile wallets. And Starbucks understands this well. The coffee chain is known for rewarding loyalty. So in exchange for paying with a smartphone, members can earn rewards that can then be redeemed for products. And while convenience and speed remain as important factors in developing payment systems, there is also the opportunities to engage through payments. So interactive payment doesn't have to be invisible. We think that there are some very exciting brand opportunities connected to payment, which are just around the corner. So German relief organization Meisurier developed a digital billboard campaign in 2014 that made it easier for people to donate money by merging creativity with innovative digital payment technology. They call it Social Swipe. And this allows passersby to donate money by swiping their credit card through an interactive digital billboard. And that swiping action also shows how their money helped. So as seen in the image here, it could be helping an imprisoned Filipino child, or it could be slicing a loaf of bread to provide food for a family in Peru. So to recap on today's examples showing the wider impact of tech on retail experiences, so first is to create elevated store experiences with interactive and responsive tech. Cultivate multiple touchpoints through omni-channel connections. Enable personalization through data and embody the AI future. Enhance navigation through wayfinding and beacon technology. And equip fitting rooms with interactive mirrors and virtual fit technologies. And finally, engage through seamless payment services and loyalty opportunities. So I hope you enjoyed today's content and that you're feeling inspired and armed with new ideas and insights on smart retail that you can apply to your own work and your business for smart work. And lastly, I wanted to thank the KFA for having stylists here today, and thank you to Chairman Wan as well. Thank you.